Hi, everybody. We are the unofficial One Piece podcast. We are a weekly podcast dedicated to the manga and anime One Piece. Bi-weekly, every week we talk about the latest chapter, latest anime episode, a bunch of news because One Piece is so huge, there's always stuff going down. Right off the bat, just like to thank Jose, our good friend from the Toonami Faithful podcast. That's a weekly podcast where they talk about Toonami, all the latest manga chapters. No, not the latest. Well, I'm Steve. I'm a co-host on the podcast and convention face.
I am Zach, co-founder, co-host, or main host. I don't know how we're calling it. And this is...
I would say main host, but you were gone for 4 months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did I get demoted?
No, but you were doing interesting stuff, and we'll talk about that later on in the podcast.
Very soon.
Or on the panel. I'm Ed. I'm also one of the founders and one of the co-hosts, and I usually do a lot of announcing because I have a fun radio voice. And Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason, and I'm just here.
Yeah.
That pretty much
That's about right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go through our presentation now. That seems right? Yeah.
It's a Gullah Gullah Island. I like this presentation, though. Yeah, we pretty much what we're saying before. We're the One Piece podcast. We've been doing this since 2009. We've been nominated about three times, exactly, yeah, for Best Entertainment Podcast on the Podcast Awards.
We've been doing very well on our Facebook page. I have no idea why.
How many likes?
I think we're 43,000 people. That's pretty cool.
Okay, felt like we had to tote that. But...
And we also, and we got to number 5. If you haven't had Stitcher Radio, it's pretty awesome. It's streaming podcasting. It's the Hulu of podcasts and radio. You should check that out. We're on there. And iTunes. We're doing pretty well. We don't mean to toot our own horn, but we do. It's you guys should check us out.
We've been around for a while.
We're old podcasts.
We've been around just about as long as the Funimation simulcast of One Piece on.
A little bit longer. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of our origin story.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the first thing I'd like to talk about. I got to go to Japan, which was pretty awesome, and it was thanks to you good folks. We did a Kickstarter, raised $7,800, and we got to see some really incredible stuff. Me and our Japan correspondent.
Hold on, Zach. First off, was anyone here a Kickstarter supporter?
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to get that. Oh, yeah, there's one recording over there.
Well, the one in the corner recording us was.
But yeah, so we went over to Japan. We, in a week, just went around the country. We're going to go through some of the cool stuff. You're going to see some exclusive stuff, some very newly released stuff here.
Some of this stuff is going to sound really creepy, but truly it isn't.
Yeah. Let's go through it. First off, we went to the Mugiwara store, which is literally a store only of... Yeah, Steve, you had to mess with that? Of only One Piece merchandise. It's incredible. You could just walk in and spend thousands of dollars. It's pretty dangerous.
I should note that Zach did not spend thousands of dollars of the Kickstarter funds.
I spent some to give stuff back to the people who help.
Like you didn't, oh, wow, this is a great store. Okay, I'm going to buy, the Mugiwara underwear and the toothbrush. And there were One Piece toothbrushes.
There were One Piece toothbrushes, One Piece air fresheners.
There has been One Piece toilet paper.
There has. I got it. We also there was a special planetarium show. Yes, you heard right, a One Piece planetarium show.
Did it have laser lights?
No.
Laser Zeppelin?
No, none of that either. And we actually got to see, and it was new animation with all the voices of all the Straw Hats discussing constellations. It was actually really, really cool to see One Piece on that whole full planetarium screen. We also went to the J-World theme park, which is an all Shonen Jump theme park. If you're a fan of DBZ, there is the most awesome thing ever. You actually get to make a Kamehameha and shoot Frieza with it and shoot. Yeah, it's incredible.
But he won't die.
No, Krillin won't, but Frieza will.
Krillin will. Frieza won't.
Yeah, that's it's backwards in
what
this
game.
What
do you think
though.
of the Frieza arc, by the way?
Okay, but it's really incredible. There are One Piece rides. There are One Piece food-related items that I had a lot of. I was jet lagged, but I tried to enjoy it.
Would you call them food?
No, it was actually really good.
Did you have the chopper meatballs?
Greg had the chopper meatballs.
Were they made out of venison?
That sounds a little cannibalistic.
Are you
you're
a
not-
deer?
You're not a reindeer.
Well, cannibalistic food.
Are you a reindeer? Are you a raccoon
That's
dog?
like an octopus eating takoyaki. It makes no sense.
Yeah, didn't you find that weird with Hachi? Hachi does that. He cooks his own kind.
One Piece.
Sort of.
Anyway, we also got to visit the Baratier and the Baratier restaurant. Baratier, you may know from One Piece. They have Sanji-themed restaurants apparently all over Japan. There was one at Fuji Television headquarters. If you ever get to go, you should go. There's also one at Universal Studios Japan. And we also got to go to the real Barate that Eiichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, used to work. Got to talk to one of his coworkers.
Well, that was also, the Barate was the inspiration for the Baratier. In One Piece.
Yes, it was. I should have probably.
All this is
said
to
that.
say we went to his hometown in the very south of Japan.
Yes. We also went to the United States of Odaiba, which has less Americans in it than you'd think. They had a whole One Piece themed event there. It was really cool. Universal Studios Japan is, if you want a One Piece mecca, a One Piece haven, that is the place to go. They had a whole One Piece exhibit right next to the Jaws exhibit. Yeah, they had the giant shark, and then you go into
they
the
still
One
have
Piece.
the Jaws, right? We don't even have that.
We don't even have that
anymore.
anymore?
No.
But really, really incredible stuff. Whitebeard's grave, Ace's grave. It was really cool. And we also got to go to the Grand Arena Tour. This is a traveling One Piece festival, essentially. It goes all around Japan. It's really, really crazy. This is the guy that worked with Oda, if you're wondering. Really, really nice guy, and makes a mean steak.
He's shrugging. He's like, these guys are all right.
And this is a picture. I don't know why I'm showing you. But we also got, and the big part of this is we also got to interview the manga editor for One Piece, Takeru Isaka. He is Oda's right-hand man. When he's on the phone, it's probably with Oda. We also got to interview Shigefumi Shingaki. He is an anime director for One Piece. He did episode 0, if anyone saw that. He also did the Planetarium show, so we got to talk to him a little bit about that. We also talked with the producers of the J-World Amusement Park, the manager of the Mugiwara store, which is actually a lot cooler than it sounds, trust me there. We talked to the chef from Barate, and we actually talked with Oda's homeschool teacher from his high school.
His homeroom teacher.
Homeroom.
Who is now the principal of that high school.
Who's now the principal of that high school.
But
and
explain why talking
So-
to his
well,
homeroom teacher
No,
is such a big
when I
deal.
said some of this would sound creepy, but really it wasn't. This is what I was talking about.
No. The homeroom teacher is a very different, and the principal are both very different in Japan than they are here. And you're actually, unlike here where they might not really do anything with you, they're actually intimately involved with you in high school. They help guide you. They're like
You're not
super
making this sound
guidance
any less
counselors.
creepy.
Yeah.
But
When you said
It's
intimate,
not.
that's when I was like,
makes it sound worse. Okay.
Yes.
I'm saying they're kind of like a guidance counselor,
But
except
enough
they're,
of
they're legit.
That's true. Enough of me talking about it, though. Why don't we show you a little bit of what this is about? And we want to also give a big shout out to Funimation for hosting this and teaming up with us on this project. So why don't we take a
And
look?
just to say, we filmed all of this and we're producing a documentary.
Yes, and Jose, who is filming us also, is the person editing it and putting it all together, so big thanks to him. So why don't we take a look at the trailer?
Should you explain what the hell Greg was doing there?
I don't think I can.
I got to give credit to Jose because I guess it's not a trailer without an explosion. So you worked one in there. Good job.
Well, there was an actual explosion.
Yeah.
That was at, I forgot to say, we went to the USJ,
That's Universal Studios Japan.
Universal Studios Japan, actually had a premiere show. And with all real live actors playing all the characters, and it was super accurate, actually. Yeah. They really looked like their characters. And we got to interview one of them, but we cannot say which one we interviewed. That's just how it works.
Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that, though. Okay, why don't we keep going, though? There's a lot of other stuff happening. I want to give a big thanks to Ambient Virus, who helped show us just how good One Piece is doing on Toonami.
I'd first like to ask, how many of you are watching One Piece on Toonami? Okay, but One Piece is on Toonami.
Do you watch it?
All right. Good. I feel like some people
We're doing
don't
our
even-
job then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on every Saturday night at 1 a.m. They started with season 4, which was the Davy Back fight. Right now, I think the episode to air tonight is one of the Foxy filler episodes. So
but
they're
we're
in-
2 weeks away from Water 7 and the best episodes of some of my favorite episodes of the series. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, and you could watch these episodes in high definition. So
It's the only place you could watch it
the
in high
only place
definition.
you could watch them in high definition.
Yeah, these aren't on Blu-ray in Japan or America, so
It's true.
check it
Not
out.
on
This
DVD.
is the only place in the world where you could watch it on Blu-ray.
I
And
know where you watch it in HD.
HD.
and
You're confusing them.
exactly. In high definition is what I meant.
There you go.
There we go. This is how well One Piece has been doing. Since it aired, it's been doing better and better and better. Some weeks, Toonami does better. Some weeks, Toonami does worse. Sometimes there's a holiday, but it's beaten Bleach before. It's killing Casher and Sins, which aired this time last year, which is fantastic.
One Piece is the green, by the way. if you can see
Yes.
it. Red is Casher and Sins, which was at the same time last year on Toonami, and then the blue is Bleach.
And sorry to anyone that's colorblind.
Which I am, so I
Which he
feel
is.
your
I think
pain.
that's why Zach didn't explain that.
I don't know why. I don't see it.
The long bars are Bleach, and the medium-sized bars.
But just to give you a little taste of One Piece on Toonami, why don't we show you a little trailer that Toonami actually showed for One Piece, and tell us if you recognize the voice.
Avast, Toonami faithful that follow the sea. Pay close attention and learn what will be. If you're itching for a fight or adventure you seek, One Piece returns, starting next week. Weigh anchor, set sail, Luffy is back. Rubber fist, straw hat, gum attack. To be king of pirates, that be the goal. But the treacherous blue sea will take its toll. Battles have raged on many a shore, but we join the fight in season 4. So buckle up, take arms, the straw hats are on, as we join our tale at Long Ring Long.
You looking for a fight? Because we'll be happy to give you one.
One Piece returns next Saturday at 1.
The sooner I can pound your face in, the better!
You don't know what you're getting into. Only Toonami.
And by next Saturday, that was like back in April. No, April.
Oh,
And big props to Toonami. They've been promoting the hell out of One Piece and making
Yeah.
new promos and stuff. And
Because it's been doing very well.
Indeed.
I know not too many of you guys are watching it, which you should, but it seems like it's doing well enough where it's not going to get canceled again like it was back in 2007.
they're really getting into some of the best episodes of the series right now. So I really don't see anything happening to it unless it moves up in the time slot.
like,
That'd
how
be
many
nice.
of you guys are big fans of the Water 7 arc? Pretty much everyone.
yeah,
in
that's
the room.
almost unanimous.
Is that like everyone's like favorite arc? No.
No.
Close.
Yeah, we'll go through that at the end. We'll ask.
Well, it's,
Really?
that's not even like my favorite part of all that, but I mean the animation was pretty cool. Chopper's monster form. That's out on. Well, it's not technically on. We'll get to that in a
It's
second.
coming out soon.
But if we're
Actually,
talking about the Funimation stuff, might as well talk about the DVD.
since Monster
releases.
Chopper is going to be in one of them. right?
He's on the next set.
Yes.
But
Two of
Funimation.
the funniest fights in One Piece are coming up.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Funimation. They've been treating One Piece very well. How many of you guys are watching the simulcast?
Oh man.
Shame. Oh no, pretty much. You know how there's a new episode that comes out in Japan every week. Well, in this country, we get it an hour after it airs in Japan, online, fully subtitled,
For free.
for free. And all you have to
Limited
do-
commercial interruption. I think like one commercial.
All you have to do is go on OnePieceOfficial.com, and they, of course, they're already putting up a bunch of episodes through Hulu, but they'll put the new episode up Saturday nights. I think 10 right now.
9 or 10. It depends.
We're
the
about to go
daylight
through
savings time.
daylight savings again,
So, yeah.
so it'll because they don't believe in that.
If you need your One Piece right away, just keep reloading until it comes up.
But definitely check that out if you want to see the latest episodes immediately. In terms of DVD releases, right now we're in the middle of season 5, which is the NES Lobby arc. How many of you guys have been getting the DVDs? I'll take a shot. So, some of you. Thank you, Doctor. But yeah, the middle of NES Lobby. Voyage 2 just came out.
October 15th
No,
is what I got.
No,
September. That's Voyage
that's
3.
Voyage
That's
3.
September. Oh, that's Voyage
Well,
3.
Voyage 2 came out
I
back in
mixed up the
September in the
numbers,
beginning.
yes.
That was that had the rest of Robin's flashback.
And all the Mugiwara theater shorts, which are
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yes,
Those are
hilarious.
fantastic.
They were.
Especially in English.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're way better in
And
English.
Strong World coming out at the end of November.
November 19th.
How many of you guys
That
went and
date's
saw
correct.
Strong World last night?
There we go. That's a good
What did we
amount.
think? Was it pretty good? Pretty awesome?
Someone thought that it was so awesome. That I think that the first thing of One Piece that they had seen was Strong World last night, and they went and bought everything at the Funimation booth. They spent over $300 on One Piece.
Works like a charm.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough.
How many of you guys have friends that you want to get into One Piece and they're kind of not sure? I honestly think once Strong World comes out, show them Strong World.
Just throw it in their face.
It's in Blu-ray. It's on Blu-ray.
Strong World is basically
we don't
2
control
hours of everything that One Piece is. It's
Yeah.
a perfect
That's
introduction
true.
to get someone into the show. So all the times we get asked, where should I start my friend if I want to get him into One Piece? This is your answer.
Yes.
I think it's a good option because it's going to spoil them a little bit, but then again, in this age of the internet, you're going to get spoiled no matter what.
Yeah.
But you have the entire crew up there. Like, everyone gets a lot of screen time. It's funny. It's action-packed. It's really good. And I think, if you have some friends that aren't sure, show them the movie. And by then, they'll know. They'll know whether or not.
And
they
I got to
can handle it.
say, I was even more impressed than usual with the dub in Strong World. It was the premiere of Ian Sinclair, who's playing Brooke, who I love Brooke, and he does such a fantastic
I love
job.
Ian.
Well, I mean, so we could
in
even
the most,
out.
in the most hetero way.
Some of you may know him better as Toriko.
Yes. But he nails the laugh. He nails the role. I'm really, really excited
Scott
about him.
McNeil was freaking awesome. as
Scott
Shinji,
McNeil
too.
steals the movie, really.
Yeah, he
Well,
does.
you all saw it. We don't even have to say.
But I'm glad there was a good turnout for that movie. I'm glad some of you guys are here. But anyway, Voyage 3 for season 5 is about to come out. Do any of you guys pre-order on Right Stuff?
Or on a website.
Okay, because pretty much if you pre-order on Right Stuff, sometimes they ship really early because I got my Voyage 3 this week.
And it doesn't come out until October 15th.
October 15th. There you go.
And Voyage 4 comes out December 3rd. So you can
Yes.
look forward to
But we
that.
do have a trailer for Voyage 3, so we're going to play it.
Sounds about right.
It's like some of these videos have bass and some of them don't.
I can see the gates of justice from here, but I don't know if I can get there on a boat. I don't have time to stand here and think. I gotta give it a shot at least.
I don't want to die, but I was raised to never hit a lady.
Is running away against your code of honor too? Because that's not worth dying over either. Leave that woman to me. If you think I'm just a pretty face, you're in for a world of hurt.
Slow it down. Gotta refill my cola as soon as possible.
That's not cola.
Hang on, Robin! Stupid pigeon guy!
Now, before you were saying you love Luffy versus Lucci, I loved Frankie versus Fukuro.
It's a great fight.
Because it's if you don't know, it's hilarious. But pretty much what they do is we find out what happens if you try to fuel him with other liquids that are not cola.
Like
Yeah.
tea and vegetable juice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But we have pretty much One Piece to look forward to every month. So
yeah. They've been really speeding up their releases. I hope that gap fills sooner between when the simulcast started at episode 391.
They haven't announced anything beyond season 5 yet, but we're hopeful. So
Keep those fingers
I
crossed.
think it's doing well enough. Even though
Yeah, and I think it's going to do even better once Strong World hits.
And if you have not seen Strong World yet, you still have a chance. There's an encore here at 10 p.m. I don't know where it is. Check your schedule. But you should go if you have not. It is a fantastic movie, and it's really well done. Theater Room 1? Theater Room 1. Jason, we have a game coming out.
Oh, yes, we have a game. So this game is a new game for the 3DS, One Piece Unlimited World Red. So this is kind of like the limited adventure games, but it's entirely new story that was helped by Oda, as well as new characters designed by Oda, and it just looks a lot better than the unlimited
great.
adventure and cruise games.
which is hard to believe. It's on the
Yeah.
3DS, and those were on the Wii.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the 3DS is the most popular system on Japan at the moment, so that's why they're focusing on there. I don't know if it's going to come to the States yet, but the Pirate Warriors games have come to the States. I hear that Romance Dawn is getting a 3DS port that
believe
may
that's
be
true.
coming to the States as well. I'm not too sure.
I think they said the Americas or North America.
Yeah.
So
It looks like we're actually really hopeful now. I don't think they'll be dubbed, but just to be able to get games is a great thing, and support it, because the only way to get more games and to, to fund the ability to have a dub and for them to put that much work into it is to show that One Piece games sell.
And Jason, do you want to say what the catch is for Unlimited World R right now?
The catch?
It's only in Japan right now.
It is.
But there's also special limited edition 3DSs.
Oh yeah,
but those are also only available in Japan.
Some of them, one of them is really cute.
And these are
That
XLs.
one's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Unfortunately, just remember the 3DS is region blocks. So.
Yeah. How many of you guys have 3DSs though?
Aw.
A lot of you. Everyone.
Oh,
does
wow.
Everyone's street passing. I feel like street passing was made for
we're
conventions.
going to be on this forever.
I'm just saying, I love it.
And you talked a little bit about Pirate Warriors, which is on the PS3 PSN network.
Yeah, is there a slide for that one? Or no?
Is there what?
No.
But
Has anyone played the Pirate Warriors games? Nope.
I gotta say,
you got to play them. I want to ask your
Just say
opinion.
it's like if you haven't heard about it, it's Dynasty Warriors, but One Piece.
Pirate Warriors 2 is a lot better than the first one. It's definitely worth the investment. The amount of characters is insane, and it's just really, really fun, especially for One Piece fans. The first one had a few hiccups with it, but Steven, who is our translator, the
official translator on the One Piece
official translator
manga.
for the One Piece manga now, and I have been playing Pirate Warriors 2. We do this thing called Grand Line Gaming that we play
Fridays at 6:30 Eastern.
6 or 6:30.
So, why don't we play a trailer for Unlimited World? It really looks great. Yeah.
This is new.
小田栄一郎が描くゲームオリジナルキャラクター地獄から放たれた最強の海賊レッドが放つかつての強者たち王になるのさ海賊の王にな海賊の王をめぐる激闘が今始まる
海賊王になるのは俺だ
ワンピースアンリミテッドワールドレッド
I can't wait to punch Caesar repetitively.
Most of the villains, I think.
No, it was Caesar's fun.
So, since Strong World premiered, I think we should talk a little bit about the One Piece movies and what we think about the One Piece movies.
How many of you have seen all the movies?
Wow.
Nice.
Really? I'm surprised.
There are some that are more essential than others.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I think some of them are kind of eh.
I mean, I personally am a big fan of this one.
Yeah, should we go
Movie
through 'em?
6? Yeah, let's go one at a time.
Yeah, let's go through them one at a time.
Yeah. For
And
some
not-
reason, Okay, so one. Who has seen one?
know.
I have seen one.
It's about 45 minutes long.
Yeah, like the DBZ movies, it was that kind of length.
Yeah, because basically back they used to do screen the movies in theaters with other movies as well. So I believe the early One Piece ones were also shown with other Digimon movies.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you find, for example, like one of the programs for the movies, like half of it is One Piece, half of it is Digimon.
And what can I remember about this movie? I know they did it before Sanji even joined the crew, so I was like, well, that's dumb.
I didn't even notice that.
He's in
Why?
the ending credits, though. They show him in the ending credits.
That was early then.
I thought the best thing about this movie was the ending credits, because they animated some of the color images that Oda did, and they showed Sanji. But it was just some guy, I forget what his devil fruit power was. He was just, I don't know, evil pirate. It wasn't really
The fact that you can't
memorable.
remember anything about it says something.
Yeah.
One Piece was one of those rare things that got a movie like right off the bat. Usually they do them annually, and it got it in its first year. But that movie was,
2 I thought was better.
2 was actually.
And
I
no,
think it
Was there a wedding?
Sanji and Nami did not get married.
Yeah, 2 was.
What is that?
Pretty-
Like, what's the context of that?
We could explain if you should.
No.
Is Jason?
2 was pretty good. The Clockwork Island one, I believe it was, and it.
Go on.
2, and it actually had a. It had a decent story, and the animation I thought was pretty good.
Animation
for
was
this
awesome.
one.
It was definitely more of a fight movie.
Yeah, it was definitely more of a fight movie. I'll agree to that.
Do you remember like like the three like pirate cronies for the main bad guy in the first movie.
I don't remember.
They have a cameo in the second movie. Like Toei thought, like, oh, wouldn't it be funny? Like the fans would love to see these guys again. Like, no, I don't even remember their freaking names.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was kind of pointless, but you should go back to the movie 2 cover because one great thing that came with it was the short that aired before it, Django's Dance Carnival.
Yeah, that was great. That was basically the stories of Mirabel Island, except nothing like the cover story that was
Without
in the
full
manga.
body.
Yeah,
not
there was
canon.
no full body.
The Straw Hats were there.
But it had Django dancing on a bar. And
Yeah,
all that fun
and
stuff.
a bunch of manly Marine soldiers dancing to J-pop.
I do remember.
First I thought it was awkward, and then I was like, nah, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's still awkward, but cool.
Movie 3.
Love the animation in this one.
Yeah. This one I'm half and half on.
Is
There's
this,
Yeah.
this is a
some-
chopper movie?
They had some creative things to it that I did enjoy. For example, I think this is the one where Sanji fought the swordsman and Zoro fought the other guy. Like
Yeah.
they kind of mixed it up.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I should ask, have you guys seen movie 3?
We had a lot of hands raised for people who saw all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are liars. No.
Sometimes
no.
you just can't get enough One Piece.
No, that's true. That's
You
true.
run out of anime to watch. It's time to watch some movies.
I
You
think
could run out of anime to watch.
Not really possible.
Well, the director for this anime, I really liked his stuff. I like his character models. I thought Sanji's outfit was kind of cool. I don't know. I like purple, so.
Can't go
And he
wrong.
wore the Mr. Prince sunglasses. I always
now,
dug those.
I forget. Was movie 3 the one that had the soccer short in front of it?
I
Yes.
believe
Yes.
so.
All right. So
Again, the short is probably the best thing about it.
yeah, the short was good, and that was.
Which one was the
fun.
baseball?
do you
for?
want to know something about the soccer short? It's the only time Oda has ever lent his voice to One Piece.
Yeah,
Or the
Odachi.
soccer one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was the
Odachi.
announcer.
Yeah, and basically that was the only time Vivi was in anything related to movie 3 because it was during the whole Alabasta stuff, and I remember I think she was in the audience at the time, but I know she wasn't in the movie.
Okay, now I've actually seen the rest of these.
Have you guys seen movie 4? Oh my God, you guys lied.
How many people really liked it of the people who saw it?
Yeah, movie 4 I thought was pretty good, though it kind of dragged in the second half.
They always drag, I think,
The
in
first
the second
half
half.
was actually fantastic. Like,
yeah,
I
I was
was
a big fan.
really hyped about the first half and all that. And
This was the first feature-length One Piece movie.
yes,
Yeah.
this was the first full length. one.
By feature length, we mean about 80 minutes.
Somewhere around there.
80, 90, yeah.
Feature-length.
Not 45.
It was I think this is also an example of a prototypical One Piece movie, just that normal kind of plot.
It kind of had an edge to it. It felt a lot like they were doing more pirate things.
Yeah.
They were like in like a very rundown town with like a scummy bar. I thought it was.
You could even tell by the poster, it looks
Yeah.
more like a pirate movie.
I actually like the poster for this one.
What was that? Yes.
Yeah. I like the poster for this one a lot. I don't think this one had a short in front of it.
There was one that was a
The next
baseball.
one.
Is that
Movie
5?
5 was.
Yes.
Well, that's a good segue.
All right,
The Zorro
so
movie.
Movie 5.
I haven't seen this one.
It's
So talk about leading the audience. Yeah, they said they advertised Zorro versus Luffy. Yeah, that lasted about like maybe a minute of the film and not even. So
Do you want to explain the plot to it, like really short?
I don't know.
I think it's a
Alright,
very
so
out
the-
of character
yeah,
movie
the thing
for
is
Zorro.
out of character. Basically, Zorro had like this childhood friend or something, and basically they landed on this island. Dagger came at Zorro, landed right next to him, and it had Zorro's name engraved on it that he engraved himself. He recognized it and pretty much betrayed the crew to go to this,
join up with his friend?
Yeah, to join up with his friend.
Which is completely out of character because Zorro becomes the guy that is all about.
It is the most
crew.
out of character for anyone on the crew. For him.
Yeah, because Zorro's the guy back to the end of Enies Lobby when they're talking about Usopp. Like, movie's like, oh yeah, we got to bring Usopp back, and Zorro's like, wait a minute.
No, he did
But
some bad
Zorro's
stuff.
the guy who also sacrifices himself and takes all that damage from Kuma for
and
Luffy's
from
sake.
everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for him to just say, "Oh, my new BFF's back in town. I'm gonna hang out with him."
Yeah, but
not a good
I
idea.
know it was the Curse of the Sacred Sword or whatever, but it also had a baseball short in front of it.
That was the one.
And there was a game that came out for the Game Boy Advance called Going Baseball. So during one of the scenes in the short, you came up to the scoreboard and it had a code you could enter to unlock things in the game.
Wow.
I do not remember. I did have the game though.
Oh, that's cool.
And now this is the movie that everyone knows.
This is the movie.
Do we
I
all
don't
know
think
it?
so.
Well, this is One Piece movie 6, the Baron Omatsuri and the Secret Island,
Yeah.
directed.
We
by,
won't be spoiling the ending of
directed by
any of these.
Mamoru Hosoda, who at this point had only directed a Digimon movie, but has gone on late to direct Summer Wars, Wolf Children, and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
Yeah.
So it has a pretty good legacy.
Are you guys familiar with that director? Yeah.
This is a very well done film, and this pretty much
Yeah.
stands, I think, as my personal
Very dark.
favorite. And
Yeah.
there's just like such
Despite
a
the flowers on the
there's
cover.
such a twist to it that, like, you know, it goes from like this really light and very vibrant animated thing to something really dark, and it's just like one of those things where it's like it's a good movie.
Now, I'd say that even though this might be up there in the top 2 at least, unlike Strong World, I don't know if I would just give this to a friend if it were
Oh
available.
no, definitely not.
This is a really great movie for the One Piece
Well,
fan.
no,
I think
no,
it's
no.
perfect for the One
This
Piece fan.
Isn't a movie I would give to someone to get into One Piece.
Yeah.
But I think it is a good film that stands by itself.
Oh, it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah.
I wouldn't be like, here, this should be your introduction to One Piece. It's nothing like the series.
Yeah.
And there's always a mixed opinion on Hosoda's animation style because it's less detailed, but that's so that the animation
It's very
more
fluid.
Yeah, I thought it worked out.
You know
do
what?
too.
I think it looks cool, and it's definitely, if not the best, one of the best.
Okay, Steve, it's time for robots.
Oh, it's
No,
our
no, no.
Oh,
It's our second misleading.
oh yeah,
advertisement.
oh yeah.
this
There's
is the
tons
mis-
of robots in this movie.
This is the movie where boobs have their own noise.
Well, all right. Let's
That's
just
true.
say
That's
there was at the end of one of the teasers, there was this giant robot that was just coming up from the background. That was never in the movie. There was a lot of things changed.
First of all, the tagline behind this movie is like Luffy versus like a mecha. And it's like, 'cause Mecha's not in One Piece. And then Frankie came along and just makes, Mecha everything.
Yeah.
But, the whole hype behind it is like Luffy's going to fight a giant robot. So where do we begin with this movie? I think the animators stopped caring. So they're like, oh, let's make the female's breasts gigantic. Have them jiggle. And
They do
have
jiggle.
noise for the jiggle.
And they do have noise.
By the way, also the whole plot and everything is kind of dumb, and I like it because even Luffy's kind of like, that's stupid.
It's not the worst movie though. Like it's not terribly put together.
It's not
Hold
like
on.
movie 8.
I'm not done. And that robot you see there, that definitely didn't look like that at all.
No.
Not even the trailer. It was gigantic. It looked like
It looked like it was going to
Truckosaurus.
be like something awesome, and then it was like this. I
It
forget-
was. First of all, it ran on wires.
All right.
And it's not even like it got the best of Luffy. Also, they decided to tease Gear Second. Like Luffy used Gear Second at the end to beat this robot. And it's not even like the robot was beating him. He's just like, I'll give this a shot. And it was terrible. It was
So to
it
this-
wasn't a giant robot. It was a giant crawling thing.
To this point, it happened to be that all the even-numbered movies were good, and the odd movie numbers were bad, and 7 continued that tradition
But
until...
this
So
broke
we thought
the
movie
tradition.
8 was gonna be good, right?
Movie 8 is a retelling of the Alabaster Arc for those who have not seen it. It is out on Blu-ray and DVD if you are interested.
Funimation actually did dub this. Does
and-
anyone own it on DVD or Blu-ray?
And if you're suckers like us, you definitely bought it.
Twice.
Well, yeah, and
I
it was, the thing
Well,
is,
I bought it on DVD because I was like, oh my God, Funimation's dubbing One Piece, and they're going to do the Alabaster arc. So I definitely wanted to check that out. And then I found out that, it
Yeah,
came out on
the
Blu-ray.
thing-
I'm like, well, I was such a
The-
sap. I was
the-
like, I got to support my favorite
Well, it
series,
is like
isn't it?
$7 to buy. It's
yeah,
not.
the thing is
Ow.
also,
Yeah.
if you want to continue supporting more movies coming to the U.S. and on Blu-ray and all that stuff, still buy movie 8.
Well,
No.
now they could buy Strong World.
But
Yeah.
why is this movie not that great?
it's
they
just
try to-
rushed and
It's,
Yeah,
a, it's
they
a 40
tried-
it's a 40 episode arc cut down in about 99 minutes.
Well, I'll say this. There's just a lot of detail missing. What defines usually a good film in general is if something is standalone and someone could watch it and enjoy it for what it is.
You
This
definitely cannot,
You
no.
cannot follow anything because there is like no introduction. Who is this girl with blue hair? Like, and why is she the princess? Like, where did this come from?
and also there's the issues with the animation, which has all
Oh, yeah.
like all of the lack of detail of movie 6, but none of the good fluidity part of it.
Yeah, it.
Completely unrealistic proportions.
Yeah, and it spends.
Not as bad as movie 7.
And this was the last movie to be in the 90-minute time frame, and it spent like the last half hour on fights. So it was like.
Well, because the end of Alabasta is all fights.
Yeah, but I mean, if anything, you'd think they would cut that down and put more plot.
No, the fights are what draw the crowd.
Actually, the fights didn't even last that long.
Yeah, they didn't.
Actually, the last
there were just so many of them.
Actually, the last 20 to 30 minutes was all Vivi crying. And
that sounds more accurate, actually. Now, this is how you actually do an abridged version of an arc.
And it started with
this is movie 9, by the way.
It started with one word, if. So basically, they determined from the beginning that this is a story like a what-if thing. So like Frankie and Robin are here in the drum arc.
It's the drum arc if Robin and
It's
Frankie.
everyone else besides Brooke joined the crew before Chopper.
Wapple and Wapple's brother, apparently. And the animation is fantastic.
But again, it's that fluid animation, so there's divisive opinion, I think, on that.
But the thing is, it also has that, like, Chopper's backstory, which is like, tug at the heartstring.
Who cried?
Well, the way Oda said it is, this should be a movie that makes fathers cry. And I think it accomplished
Future
it.
fathers or just at the moment?
Really just
fathers?
all people. I think maybe just fathers.
But it handled abridging an arc a lot better because it introduced all the characters at the beginning, and of course it said like what if, and Luffy's fight with Wapple's brother was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and also the drum arc wasn't that long, so they were able to get away with it.
Since we saw Strong World, we talked a little bit about it. Why don't we just get into
Strong
the
World was
last
great,
one?
right?
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. It was good. It was
But
good.
even better than Strong World, in my opinion.
This is the
Strong World's better than Strong World?
no. This
Even
one.
better than Strong World.
It was
in
a
my
segue.
opinion.
Oh,
He
okay.
pulls up the picture of One Piece Film Z. Came out.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Came out this last December, and it's probably the best One Piece movie that there is.
Now this is a One Piece movie for One Piece fans.
And as with Strong World, Oda had a major hand in developing the story.
Executive producer.
Yes.
And a lot of other things. I think he designed a lot.
The thing that what makes this movie different is instead of being overarching story, it's a character story, and I think that was something that was really unique to One Piece. Again, this isn't a movie I would show to someone who hasn't had any experience with One Piece, but it's a good film if you have experience and know the characters.
And the villain is really good. Because I feel like
probably the best
character
villain I've
arc
seen.
is for the villain. And
yeah,
that's why
the thing. The whole
villain
movie's
is so good.
like the movie's not even centered around Luffy.
Yeah.
Which would normally really bug me.
Yeah, but no.
I mean, it does a little, but yeah.
Well, he's an ex-Marine now, and he formed his own Marines, the Neo Marines, taking down anyone that stands in his way, including Marines and pirates. But yeah, like most of the villains in the movies were just throwaway. So.
And really, what we're saying with this is, if you like Strong World, you will love this, and tell Funimation to bring this out so it can come to America.
Yes.
Either email them or just buy Strong World. Let them know that you're interested in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, one thing to note is that usually One Piece films came out every year, and then when Oda worked on Strong World, he said, let's not really
do
this anymore. Let's actually take time and develop a good movie. And if we have to wait 2 years for another movie again, but it continues the quality of Strong World and Z, it is just so worth it. Just because instead of having a good movie every other year, you're having a great movie every few years.
And it's not like there's already a new chapter every week, or not every week, but most of the weeks.
And based on the box office performance in Japan, I think they're going to keep doing it this way.
Yeah, Strong World beat Harry Potter and was the biggest, I think it might have been one of
the highest grossing anime film of all time.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll...
Shonen Jump film, at least.
Yeah, based off
based
off an existing property.
Yeah.
And One Piece, just to go back to incentives in the theater, Strong World came with this thing called Volume 0, which had chapters.
Well, why don't we talk about that, actually? That's a good segue.
Yeah.
How many of you are subscribed to Weekly Shonen Jump? Okay, that's more than the simulcast, actually.
You all should. It has One Piece every week.
Well, let me put it this
But
way.
why? We
It's,
should explain.
It's $25, and you get not just One Piece, but all your favorite Shonen Jump series the day it comes out in Japan.
Right.
It's what is that? I don't know, 25 divided by 52, but you guys could do that. I
50
can't.
cents each. But anyways, also remember you're getting like 46, 48 issues a year because there's double issues.
Well, no, but they actually, when they're off in the English Shonen Jump, they actually still put issues out.
Sometimes they have been. But the thing is, I will say this. We all know that there are other ways that exist. And, you know, when there was nothing, people used to do that. I used to do that, especially when nothing was coming out. The thing is, ever since this happened, this is the translation that I've been reading One Piece first with every week. And One Piece itself has just been more enjoyable because there's not that, wait, this didn't make any sense, I didn't get this, let's debate about what these characters said, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The translation is spot on, and it's all in character, and I think it is honestly the best way to experience One Piece. And if this isn't the first translation that you're reading, please do yourself a service, especially if you love the series. Make it the first translation you read. Make it your first impression.
And the guy who translates it is on our podcast almost every week.
Mm-hmm.
So
he helps recap the manga with us and explains any obscure puns and jokes he puts in the script.
So even if you are confused, you have explanation there. But if you saw Strong World and were confused about anything, you could check this out. This came out a few weeks ago on Weekly Shonen Jump.
And if you subscribe now, you will have access to back issues.
Yes, that's true. And this is the prequel to Strong World. It includes a lot of familiar faces. If you're a big One Piece fan, you may see some of them on the screen. I don't know how well you can there. I could actually just zoom in. Here are some.
Gecko Mori really let himself go.
And look at Crocodile.
He has a chin.
But it's a really, really cool chapter. Oda, it's all Oda. It's the closest we're going to get to like a prequel to the series at this point as in general.
Unless episode 0. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it is called Chapter 0, so in a sense it is like that thing that takes place. But I mean, I remember first reading it and just seeing like all the characters and going through the pages in detail was amazing too. You would see like characters like Kizaru just like kind of like shoved in the corner, and unless you really zoomed in to the panel, you wouldn't recognize it. Which
Well,
Oda
here,
had
do you
the
see
habit
any
of doing
familiar
all the
faces
time.
here? There's a few.
Is that Akainu?
Yes?
Yeah. That's Saul. That's Suru, Garp, Kuzan.
Looks about
Aokiji.
right. I'm sure there's someone in the
The thing is,
background
it's also not just like a prequel for Strong World. It's also like a prequel for One Piece in general because they go back to all these characters like Bellamere and Hiruluk and
Just where everyone was in the world at the time.
The day, what's his name? The guy that looks like Sanji's wanted poster.
Duval.
Duval. The day he was born.
All right, that wasn't it.
His mother wasn't too happy.
But yeah, we suggest you guys check it out. It's awesome.
Speaking of reading manga.
Now, if actually before we even do get into spoilery stuff, maybe we should give some stuff away.
Yeah, like
We have
free
prizes.
Okay.
Who wants a lunchbox?
It's not a lunchbox. It's a CD box.
Yeah.
Who says you can't put food in it?
Well, okay. Should explain that just raising your hand is not gonna get you the box. What are we gonna do? Trivia?
Yeah, let's do some trivia.
Cool.
Should I start?
I'm sure you guys have thought of trivia questions.
Yes. No, I have a few.
All right. Who
Okay, this is how it's working. First person who raises their hand. If you call it out, it's at your own risk because the person who raised their hand is going
and
to
hand. Down.
And Ed, can you judge for me the hand? Yeah.
I'll be a
look
second
around.
opinion.
Look around, Steve. Thank you. Okay, so you get to pick your prize. So let's start a little easier. What was the last data book to come out in Japan? The name of it. Wow, that was harder. Okay.
Well, saying they didn't.
That guy raised his hand right there. No, sorry.
Okay, maybe I'm too into this.
Put your hand down, Jose. Jesus. You didn't even know. You were saying like, oh, the One Piece? No, Jose.
I was going to say the Daizenshu.
Why don't you ask him something else?
I'll have a question.
Okay.
What
What is the answer though?
Oh, Deep Blue. It's a character book. It's the updated character book from Blue.
But Green was the previous one. Before
Green was
Team
the
Blue.
previous one.
Green was awesome because it had concept art for One Piece.
If you have to pick one up, even if you don't understand it, it's actually really worth picking up.
Green is the most visually interesting of all.
Yes.
Yeah, and we don't speak Japanese, so that works out well.
So my question is, which Zoro, as we know, carries 3 swords. He's had 4 swords. Which one was destroyed at Annie's lobby?
Ooh, that's
The guy in the front had it up first.
Well, what's
No,
the
he still has Kitetsu. In the back there. That's right. Come up
Hey,
and
come up, pick one.
come up and pick a box.
We don't have any
A
straw hat
lunchbox.
boxes, but
A box or
There's no
whatever you
handle
want.
on it.
There's also a gashapon.
There's a gashapon if you want it, but who we got? We
Oh.
have, yeah, but we also have Ace. Who's it? Mihawk. You taking no Shanks, and who's the pink one? Hancock. And we got him. Okay.
no,
Do you-
I want Hancock. Okay.
Do you want to do another one, or you want to talk about the manga?
I think we should probably give them all away because we don't have a ton of time.
Sure.
and I
Let's
wanna
do that
give them
now,
all
and
away.
then everyone will leave.
I think Jason had a question.
I did.
No, I could do one if he doesn't. The voice. Who is the voice of Dragon in the Funimation dub? Too hard?
Why are you asking dumb questions?
Fine. I'll ask. I'll do this. I'll do
She's
this.
got her hand
Oh,
raised.
Okay.
Gengar has her hand up.
Okay.
All right.
I got a new question.
Okay.
For some reason, I'm like trying to have you put your hand down. I don't know. Like you're gonna answer it. You watch. You watch. I'll
Okay.
ask.
Okay. I'll do.
Who is the English voice of Brooke?
The girl in the third row had it up first.
Cool.
Come get your box.
Come get a box.
My questions are too hard. That's what it is.
You could put your lunch CDs in there. And she took Hancock, so we're down to Mihawk and Ace.
And
I
we
am
have-
surprised Ace is up
And a
there.
gachapon, thanks to Doctor
Gachapon.
from the SSAA podcast, Ass Backwards Anime Podcast.
Cheap plug. All
Yeah.
right. You got another one?
I'll ask
How many
Mahar.
fingers am I holding up? No, that's not a real one. That's not a real one.
All right.
See, I only have hard questions.
I think Jason has a video game related question.
Yeah.
Sure.
What was the first One Piece game to be localized in the United States?
I don't even know that. Yeah.
That guy.
No.
No. Put your hand down.
I do know.
Mike. Zoro in the front row.
Could you be more specific?
What is this, Jeopardy?
No, because now you're getting into extreme
All
trivia.
right, fine.
Yeah. You're
Grand
good. You're good.
It was One Piece Grand Battle Rush, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It was Grand Battle Rush that they turned into just Grand Battle. And that was a 4Kids game. So it was very, pleasing to the ears. 4Kids dub sucked. We got another one?
Yeah, I'm running out. All mine are too hard is the issue. Okay, fine. I'll do this. I don't want to do too many dub questions, but I'll do an easier one. Who is the voice of Luffy in the Funimation dub? I saw back there.
Yeah.
Quick and Beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Come on down.
Come on up.
Come get something.
Come on down.
Here. Include the candy.
yeah. If anyone wants that. Okay. Steve, you want to round us off, or do you?
I have a question.
Yeah, Ed,
Sure.
please.
One
wait
final
till-
question.
Is it your normal question?
No, it's
It's for a gashapon.
It's
It's for a
a
tiny
different.
little
It's a different
toy.
question. We all know that Luffy wears the straw hat and that he inherited it from Shanks. Who did Shanks inherit the hat from? The guy in the hat actually had his hand up first.
Yeah, you with the hat. I mean, you can't say, no, you in the straw hat, because there's two of them with straw hats. You furthest in the back.
That is correct. No.
Hold on. I couldn't hear. Yes.
Yes.
That's right. Come in and get the.
Correct.
There's a gashapon for you.
Gachapon.
You get a little keychain. You
Okay,
can-
so
you
now-
can put your lunch
Spade
in it.
Pirates.
How much time we got left?
We've got a little less than 10 minutes. So, why don't we quickly talk about some more spoilery things? If you don't want to hear
If you guys
spoilery
want to,
things,
you guys
this is
want
the time to go.
You guys want to talk about the latest manga chapter? Yes. Okay.
So first off, Dressrosa. Well,
Dress-
maybe we should wait.
Yeah, you should probably wait for the people that don't want to be spoiled to.
Well,
my
the
God.
name of the arc
Guys,
is
I can't
Dressrosa.
believe Nami got killed.
Thank you to everyone who came who doesn't want to
Yes,
be spoiled.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the non-spoiled
so
folks.
much.
Thanks.
All the main characters died?
Yes. They've been carrying around his body like it's Weekend at Bernie's.
I like the way we're splitting this up now. Okay, so now you guys are all caught up. We got like 5 minutes to talk about everything crazy that's been happening. So, well, let's wait for the last three to get out, and then we'll start.
Oh my God! Look at that one.
Okay.
Oh my God! They're all dead.
Wow, what's been happening? It's been incredible. These are just some of the amazing scenes. We have a new admiral.
Fujitora.
Fujitora.
Yeah.
Fuji cakes.
Fuji cakes.
And Fujitora was pretty much, I believe, designed after what's the actor's name that stars of the Zatoichi films?
Yes, and if you don't, it's on the Criterion Collection.
Yes,
now.
the
You should buy it.
Criterion Collection is releasing all the Zatoichi movies.
And if
on
you're curious
Blu-ray
what
in
he
November.
could, sorry. If you're curious what he could do, he apparently we think he controls gravity. We're not sure about
Did anyone
that.
hear anything else?
He's bringing
Exactly.
down meteors from the sky.
Everyone's assuming gravity fruit.
Yeah.
It looks like spirals of some sort.
It looks
That's all
like
I see.
It's a tractor beam.
Yeah,
Tractor
it
beam.
looks like
Tractor beam fruit. Tractor beam fruit. Exactly. Yeah.
That's why I think it's gravity.
We got Ed. Who do we have?
Oh, the very cute tontadas.
That is exactly how they speak.
They are so adorable.
Adorable.
They're the cutest little things I ever saw.
But
And they think that Usopp is their hero.
besides the cuteness, they are fast as hell, and we believe they're strong. But we'll find out soon.
They're
I
super
guess.
strong.
And Usopp is pretending to be a descendant of Mont Blanc Norland, who you remember from back from the Jaya and Skypiea arcs.
Yeah, there's actually been quite a few callbacks to Jaya and Skypiea. Bellamy has made a return.
Bellamy
has
is
returned.
not dead.
Not
Did
dead.
anyone think Bellamy was dead? Somebody,
Here's a lesson. It's not dead if you don't see a body.
Yep.
yeah.
I thought we did see a body. No. I
Does
guess
anyone
not.
think Sabo's dead? Good.
Good.
We got a room of
Good.
smart people.
Yeah,
in
smart
here.
crowd here.
Yes.
Jaded people.
That's accurate, but
That's
it's sometimes
also
good to
true.
be jaded with One Piece. So this is what happened in the last
Oh my
chapter.
God! You put in.
And most important of
You
all,
put in the caribou.
Caribou, right? We all love him. Let's be honest.
Oh, he's raping that robot.
We're in.
That's
This
what he
week we're
does.
going to come up with volume 39. If you listen on the podcast, we're going to go through volume 39 of the Caribou side
This
story.
has to be the
What's
long-
going to happen?
This has to be the longest running cover story.
It's no, I think
Yeah,
Enaru's
the colors,
and,
the cover stories do last a long time. It's just felt like a while, especially if you read it weekly. But we
'Cause nothing's
should
happening.
Move on.
But we had some pretty emotional stuff the last chapter.
The toy soldier is just
Thunder Soldier.
Thunder Soldier.
Thunder
Yes.
Yeah, so we got to see a little bit about Rebecca's past, and as always with an Oda flashback.
Dead
mom.
heart-wrenching.
Dead parents.
Dead parents.
Dead mom.
And you're taking that way too lately again. And it's heart-wrenching, but of course, as with any Oda flashback, we also learn a little bit about the past. With the Riku dynasty having apparently been the heirs to the throne.
I honestly, and I believe it was Steven and myself saying this, I think we're going to get another flashback from a different
I
perspective,
agree.
which would be really cool and actually really kind of fresh
There
to
are
see
a
two
ton.
flashbacks from different points of view.
Yeah, well,
Also, a
there's
little bit more we learned last chapter about toys, which is always fun.
the toys.
The toys.
Yeah. I mean,
They're people.
the thing is, you think
The
about it
toys are
and think
people.
of how sad it is. It's like, some toys that have been people that have been turned toys. It's like, toys have become siblings to others, which means they were probably a sibling to that person before they were converted to a toy. So, like, not just like adults, but kids too.
And there's also the whole mystery of how everyone on Dressrosa forgets, which
But,
is interesting.
But apparently, we do know that it's a devil fruit user that's turning all them into toys.
We do know that, and he's on Doflamingo's crew. We do know
Yes.
that. But it is heart-wrenching. It is fun to see. The toys in general have been a great addition. I'm really happy
Yeah.
with, and I'm really curious as to what is happening.
Yeah, this whole arc. I mean, ever since Fishman Island ended, everything's just, I think, been going up, and it's all been
it's been
leading
great.
to this point, and it's been great just seeing all these characters come together from the past.
How did
we
you feel?
about
I'm
Fishman
curious.
Island?
You just go, not that great. Go
Yeah,
back and listen to the episodes.
What's the general consensus?
Who liked
on-
Fishman Island? Raise your hand. Be proud about it.
It was much. It was
Who
better.
hated Freshman Island? Raise your hand.
Freshman
Island.
I
I am out of it today.
Island.
I think
Okay?
the problem with Fishman Island is it lasted too long. And it could have been good if it was shorter, but yeah.
No, it made sense.
It did make sense. I think it was just drawn out.
Racism was the villain.
It was, yeah. It was. Yeah.
It was. That's the thing. Like, I could understand the whole point of Hody being, oh, there's no reason for him to think like this, but he does anyway. I think it was a good lesson to teach kids, just saying like how baseless some people's opinions are. But like, I don't know, we have so many cool One Piece villains, and then it's just like
One Piece solving all of society's problems since
yeah.
1997.
And then we went to mad scientist Caesar Clown drugging children.
Well, Punk Hazard was
Yeah,
fantastic.
Punk Hazard and Dressrosa, and I can't wait to see where it leads.
If you
What
want a
it leads
modern
up to.
if you want a modern day Alabasta art, you know, that long Baroque works kind of saga,
This
I
is
think
it.
this is the closest.
I think that's
yeah.
what we're in for,
And,
yeah.
We're in for
You
it.
know, we can't wait to see what's coming up next. Speaking of what's coming up next,
There's another panel coming up next.
yes, there is
Yeah,
another
so
panel.
we urge you to follow us. We do this, and even in a more organized fashion, every week. Check us out every Monday at OnePiecePodcast.com. We're going to be at a lot more conventions next year. This is our first time here, and we've had a ton of fun. Want to thank you all for
Everyone in
coming.
Georgia is so nice.
Yeah. So thank you guys.
for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
And
Enjoy
be
the
sure
con.
to
Bye-bye.
Check us out.
And if you haven't seen Strong World, it's at 10 o'clock tonight.
10 o'clock
o'clock
tonight. If you
tonight.
didn't see Strong World, go watch it.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.